Okay, so Jaimie, we were just talking about, we often get clients who come to us and say, I just want to make a little bit of money. Maybe I want to make $30,000 a year or something like that. I don't want to get rich is another comment we get. And you just had a beautiful way of kind of phrasing that, explaining how that's something that's probably going to cause somebody some grief.
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing in that small, what we'll call a sandbox of, and I get it, some people are not driven by money, and so that's a whole separate conversation. But if you're looking to be an entrepreneur and you're looking to really excel in your business and be able to afford and, even whatever lifestyle, you could end up spending time, money, and energy on a lot of cheap programs. You could buy all kinds of things or find things for free on the internet, but you will find that you're going to be spending all of your time and your energy on trying to piece those little things together and try to make a go of it. And in the end, what will you have had? You will have spent all of your hours and all of your days and weekends trying to figure it all out just to make this little bit of money. It's probably not worth your time and effort. And maybe that's something you need to consider when you're going into your coaching practice, into your business as an entrepreneur.
Right
So
on. As we discussed, being an entrepreneur it's a mission. It's a purpose driven life, and it's not to be taken lightly or frivolously. And I'll use the $30,000 example that we were discussing. Is that really, if that's the amount of money, it would be much less stressful and probably more joyful to get a job. Because in today's labor market, there's a lot of demands out there. You could probably find, maybe, from a previous career or where your passions and your interests are, you could probably very easily find a part-time job that would earn you that much money. And it would cause you a lot less stress. And that, if that's what your goal is, go for it, do that. But I would suggest, and I think Jaimie and I are saying the same thing in this conversation, that if you're going to become an entrepreneur, you need to be willing to pull on your big girl pants or your big boy pants, and you need to play in that arena. And thinking small will not serve you. I can't remember the quote from Marianne Williamson, but I love it. The one about thinking small, and the world doesn't want that from you. So yeah, that's the
yeah, and
idea.
also there's expenses in your business. Like every business has expenses. You could pretty much count on there being like $30,000 of expenses at some level, So
Yeah.
so you got to be realistic in
Yes.
your wants and your desires. That's all. Nobody's saying you have to shoot for the $1 million. Like not everybody's in that category.
Yes.
So we're not trying to get people to say, oh, I want to be a millionaire as a coach.
Yeah.
That's fine and great too. But anyway, just don't play small. Like if
Yeah.
you're going to go into this, think big, think about big transformation that you can really help people. And Mark talks about it being a priceless investment for somebody to work with you,
Yeah.
an investment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right on. And when we say don't play small, when we're talking about business, there's just think realistically. Like how many successful business owners do you know that went out there and said, "I'm going to open up this great business and it's going to make $30,000 a year." They're not out there. They don't exist. So you need to be thinking about expenses. We used an example of an ice cream shop. Even if you were just opening up a little tiny, leasing a tiny little space, what would your rent be on that? Two, three, five, $10,000 a month. There's $120,000 a year just in rental expenses, let alone the freezer and the scooper and everything else that needs to go into that. So the same thing when it comes to there's this idea, this false belief or impression that going into business online is a free adventure, that there's no cost associated with it. Well, maybe a
Right.
few dollars spent on a website, and then people will come flowing in, and I'll have a business and I'll make my 30,000. It doesn't work that way. The principles of business are just the same online as they are offline. You're going to have expenses, you're going to have investments, you're going to need to build and grow your business. So don't think small. Think realistic. Think about building a bona fide business, and we'd love to talk to you about that and help you clarify your thinking around that even more. So,
Yeah.
thanks, Jaimie. I appreciate you bringing that topic up.
Thank you,
Really good
Mark.
one. Yeah.
Great.